bringing up some bullshit mid-argument like, I got my husband, where's yours? Where's your ring? Baby, we don't give a fuck about you having a husband. And your husband is probably easy. Married men are the easiest men to pull. I'm speaking from experience. When niggas go out, they taking their rings off. They telling people that it's complicated that y'all separated. It ain't shit complicated or separated about y'all. So bringing that shit up mid-argument with another woman is a bunch of bullshit. It shows two things. You didn't ran out of shit to say, and you're losing the argument. And it's okay to lose the argument, but when you start just saying some bullshit and sake of trying to stay in a fight, baby, it's okay to just walk away. We never gave a fuck about y'all having a husband. It's not the 60s no more, where women need a husband to do a bunch of shit. This not the 50s, the 40s, 70s. This ain't none of that shit. This 2026. A lot of these women don't even want to be married to a nigga because of the toll that it brings on them. They don't want to be a free slave no more. We don't give a fuck about a husband and having a ring, and nobody cares but you. That's your biggest accomplishment in life, is having a nigga who probably slapped the fuck out of you behind closed doors.
I just saw a post that said if marriage was good for women, they would have taken it away from us. And then the top comment of that post was from a woman who said, I'm marrying another woman and they have tried to take that away from us. The holiest of shits?
Another thing is too, right? Dudes don't know they're ugly. Like, a lot of dudes do not know, like, damn, I am not handsome. I am not cute. I am not attractive, right? A lot of dudes do not know that. Or at least they might know they don't come to grips with it. So what do? They go get muscles. They go hit the gym. They get in there and grind, because clearly it can't be their face. That's what they're thinking. Like, oh, what? Maybe if I just get some muscles, maybe all the ladies will love me. Maybe all the ladies will want to be with me and whatnot, right? Then they go get said muscles, the physique they've been looking for and whatnot, and they still having issues. Because, like, muscles going to get some people to fold. Yeah, you're going to get some, but, like, they get to know you, and it's like, man, you trash, like, as a person, right? And that's what happens a lot with these people. And then what happens after they have so many rejections and failed relationships and whatnot? Eventually, they fall into red pill content. Why did they go for red pill content? Those are also the rejects and the incels and the little right-wing thinking type of people who have this mindset like, it can't be me. It can't be my ugly face. It can't be my bad personality. It can't be I don't stand for shit. It can't be my morals is all fucked up. It has to be everyone else around me and the women who now I got to bash. And those type of people all like fester and gather up around each other, and they all have a rally point, which is some of these gym people's comment sections. You know who I'm talking about, right? And they just all stick together because it can't be them. It can't be the ugly face and all the other stuff. It has to be everyone else, which is a dangerous pipeline. Which is like, you need to watch out for them type of body shaming ass people on the internet. If that's their focal point, body shaming, believe me, they probably red pill right wing. I'm almost willing to bet my whole house on.
Why women who got their together can't keep a man?
The only thing that keeps a man is a man deciding that he wants to be kept. So let's start there. But the reason why women who have their life together aren't usually in a relationship is because they don't need a man. As soon as that man begins to be problematic, as soon as that man begins to be toxic, as soon as she realizes that there are needs that she has that aren't being met, she's ready to end the relationship. She doesn't need that man for survival, not for rent or for food or for shelter or to take care of her kids. She already made sure before she got in partnership with that man that if it was ever something that she didn't want to be in, that she could get out. And that's why I always encourage women to make sure you have your own. God bless the child that has his or her own. And be prepared for some of them to call you masculine, because being able to get up and leave whenever your needs aren't being met is supposed to only be for them. For some men, not all of them, but if you give them the power to feed you, they also have the power to starve you. And some of them do. As soon as they know that you're desperate, they want to start talking to you crazy. Sometimes they want to put their hands on you, get loud, get in your face, bring around other women. The more dependent you become on some men, the more vulnerable you become. And they exploit that vulnerability. But a woman who is not dependent on a man for her survival has very little patience for nonsense. She stands on business. She don't chase them, she replace them. We love that for her. The reason why some of these women don't have a man is because the more they can do for themselves, the better their options have to be.
Women would rather pay 100% of their bills than go 50-50 with a man. Apparently, a lot of men don't like hearing that. But let me ask y'all a question. Can you honestly blame women for wanting to pay their own bills rather than go 50-50 with y'all? Now, mind you, we're just talking about rent and utilities, okay? That does not include the things that y'all expect women to do. Y'all want her to split bills, work a full-time job, come home, cook, clean, and wash your dirty drawers. Apart from that, a lot of you don't know how to treat your women. So tell me, why would a woman who has her own place, pays her own bills, has a peace of mind, want to give all that up just to split rent and utilities and deal with a headache? It doesn't make sense, right? So of course, the women are choosing to be by themselves. They're choosing peace. And if that bothers you, well, you're part of the problem.
I just heard someone say that the reason why men mistake kindness and politeness as flirting is because they would never be kind or polite to someone that they are not attracted to. And my entire lesbian brain just had a conniption. You're actually shitting me. I could never pinpoint why. Every time I was nice to a man, they thought I liked them, or they thought I was trying to get at them, when in reality, that's just because that is their projection of how they view women. Men are only nice and kind to women, most men, when they are physically attracted to them or when they are trying to get in their pants.
No, I missed something, because men have been dummies since I was born. So why randomly in adulthood, they're now leaders and you have to submit to them? The fucking audacity. You've been a dummy this whole time. Now I'm supposed to submit?
I saw a video of a guy that said girls would rather pay 100% of their own bills than be with a man who they meet that wants to go 50-50. I guess my question is, if we're at dinner and we're doing 50-50 of the bill, wouldn't half of the bill be your food and half of the bill be my food? So then ultimately, if I'm paying 50%, I'm paying still 100% of my bills? Doesn't that math doesn't even make any sense. Splitting the bill 50-50, ultimately, unless I ordered something insanely expensive, splitting things 50-50 would still most likely get me paying majority of my own bill still, of my own thing. Then when the guy gets online and says, you know, oh, you don't want to be with a guy who's doing 50-50, 50-50 is still her paying 100%. So, I mean, I guess I can almost see the argument as to why if you're going to pay 100%, you might as well be by yourself and self-sustaining than pay 100% and then be with somebody who is literally just dragging you along. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Going 50-50 on a shared bill would then still probably mean I'm paying just my share, 100% of my share. I don't know. It just didn't seem like good logic. Girls would rather pay 100% than go 50-50. It's still 100%. It would still be all of her bill. She'd still pay all of her bill. So I don't even see whatever.
So I just watched a video of a young woman from Africa. I don't know which country she's from, but she was saying that the thought of being a wife makes her feel miserable every time she thinks about it. And the men today, they say they don't know what's wrong with women. Feminism ruined this and that. Feminism. No, that is what you've been sold. I always feel like men need things explained to them. The reason why women don't want to get married today is because they found out how wives get treated by you guys. So you know how y'all hated us sharing stories about what's going on in our relationships and marriages, and, you know, it would go viral and people would be getting exposed? Well, we've done that enough times and we continue to do that now we're starting to collectively see that y'all all treat wives the same. And that's why no one wants to marry you anymore.
That's what the man be looking like when they don't want to let that hair go. Why you got that big ass bounce spot in the surrounding little truck? Baby, I should have I'm gonna cut all this off and come back. But cut all this stuff. And they just had their little ass rump of hair right there. Don't oh my goodness.
One of the most vicious reads that I think about all the time is when that lady got on here and she said, if men are so trustworthy and harmless, why, essentially this is what she said, make a man your babysitter, make a man your caretaker. Like, what can you say to that? Because no, I'm a man and I'm like, no. Because men are predatory even to other men. And and it's not always sexual. It's like men are predatory to the sense where it's like if they think you have any level of naivety, or did I say that? Naivety? They'll take advantage of that. Like, men are like natural take advantagers. Men are constantly trying to outdo each other on how to take advantage, essentially, of the system, of the people, of their family, of their influence, of their jobs, all of it. And this is coming from a man. So she ate with that.
This app is so funny because I just saw this video of this guy talking about can we stop giving these girls and women attention that they did not earn? And then I opened up the comments and some girl gonna say, why they keep trying to fire us after we done already quit?
Girl, what's going on?
Somebody ever asks me if I am a man or if I am trans, one thing I'm not going to do is try to prove to you what I am or what I'm not. When I was younger and people would say to me like, oh, are you a boy? That used to really hurt my feelings, and I would try really hard to prove like, no, I'm not. But I don't know like what changed in me, but when I realized that there's a lot of power in simply just not saying, because what does that have to do with you? Even if I was trans, why do you feel the need to want to know what gender I am in this moment? Like, what is that doing for you? They're only doing it to humiliate you and to get you into a position where you feel like you need to defend what you are to them. And that's never a good place to be. Like, to me, it's like saying to somebody, are you a human? Like, if you are, show me, like, prove it to me, like, open your blood for me. Like, no, I'm going to keep you guessing because I don't care. And it's not a negative thing. Like, if someone says like, oh, you look like a trans woman. Perfect. Thank you. Yeah. Like, it's wonderful. Because what, these are all neutral things to me. Okay. I look like a girl. Great. I look like a boy. Fantastic.
I made a video a couple days ago saying that men will fuck anything. Because why are you trying to fuck me? And there are men in the comments of the video proving my point. I'm about to turn this shit off. I'm about to turn it off.
What the fuck is going on in here on this day?
Y'all are going to submission yourself into losing more of your rights. And I'm tired of us associating femininity with submission and masculinity with leadership, because if anything, it's the complete opposite. Men are leading now, and we are constantly losing our rights, and currently in the process of possibly losing even more rights because men are the leaders. Men are in charge. And look what has happened to women. Look at what has happened to the world when we are following men. Mind you, men exist because they were born from the womb of a woman. So again, why would you think that men are the ones that are supposed to be in charge? They need to be submissive to us. We are the ones that are supposed to be leading everything, and they are our helpmates, not the other way around. I'm starting to realize that you guys don't actually have a problem with patriarchy. You just want a better version of it. And I think that a lot of you think that if you are not submissive to a man and if you do not domesticate yourself, that you cannot be with a man who is financially providing for you. And that is completely untrue. In fact, if a man is only willing to provide for you in exchange for your domestic labor and your willingness to submit to him, he's not actually a fucking provider.
The thing that men seem to hate the most is that we are not as lonely as they are. Not even close. And even if women feel some sense of loneliness, it's not in the same way. Women are still mourning the fairy tale of what they thought men were. So they're off to the side, still working on themselves, still getting a degree, still starting their business, still raising their children, still building a community with other women. They're still doing something. They're going to therapy. They're reading self-help books. They're doing whatever they can. We're still not as lonely, quote unquote, as the men. Not in the same way, at least.
And you better keep fucking going.